Hello yogis, thank you for joining me on the mat today. In today's class we're going to be doing a nice sequence for weight loss. For best results, I encourage you to do this daily, adding it to your early morning routine. So we'll begin in a nice child's pose, and you can just have your knees out to the sides, toes together. For this variation of child's pose, you're going to rest your arms at your sides, palms facing up, and just relaxing the forehead down, taking a few cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just sighing it out. 2 more times, in through the nose, noticing the belly rise and expand, and exhale, squeezing the stagnant air out your lungs. And then just deep breaths in and out through your nose, unless your nose is blocked. Noticing any tension within your body and just breathing into that space. Letting go of any distractions as you draw your attention inwards. Not labeling anything as negative, just different. And just holding this pose for a few more deep breaths. Feeling the hips sink down and the shoulders soften. The fingers naturally curling in. And then slowly sitting up. Bringing your knees together. If this is painful for you in your hero pose, you can just sit with your legs crossed. Draw the belly in, moving your tailbone down. Shoulders back, and just rolling the shoulders backwards. Deep inhales, long exhales, softening the muscles in your face, changing the direction. And then coming onto your hands and your knees, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, working those heels down as you stretch it out in your down dog. Feel the kneecaps lifting, thighs engaging, armpits facing the toes, feet hip width apart, knuckles pressing down, pressing your fingertips down, drawing the belly in and up towards the diaphragm and looking between the legs or the navel. Straightening out the back. Don't worry if your heels don't touch the mat. Up onto your toes, bending the knees, look forwards, just walking to the front. Holding the elbows, relaxing the neck and swaying side to side. Releasing any tension in your back. Loosening up the hips. And releasing the arms, rolling the spine all the way up to stand one vertebrae at a time like a wave. Cleansing breath as you get to the top. We're going to do 3 cycles of Surya Namaskara B, Sun Salutation B. So just standing towards the front end of your mat. Feet hip width apart, parallel lines between the feet. Drawing the tailbone down, shoulders back, palms to your chest. Gently engage the thighs and the glutes, supporting your posture. Inhale, arms up to a chair pose. Drop the hips, bend the knees. Keep your knees in line with your hips, not leaning inwards towards each other. Move the knees slightly back. Arms next to the ears. Exhale, palms together, forward fold, hands either side of your feet. Bend the knees if you need to get your hands down, or straightening out the legs, looking between the legs. Again, feel those kneecaps lifting, glutes lifting, hips lifting. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Shoulders in line with your hips, tailbone down, ribs in, looking down towards the mat as you lengthen your neck. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down, step back to your plank pose, which you can do on your knees if you need to. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, heels are over the toes, broad chest. Chaturanga, shift the shoulders forwards over your fingertips, keep the elbows in at your sides and try to keep those elbows stacked over your wrists as you lower the chest and the hips down at the same time. Untuck the toes, tops of the feet pressing down. Keep the elbows in. Inhale, roll the spine up to cobra, pulling the hands towards you, activating the chest, strengthening the back muscles, engage the glutes. Exhale, rolling the spine down, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up to your down dog. If you need to, you can come up onto your knees first, send the hips back, and then up, working those heels down. Deep breaths. Right leg back and up. You can either keep the left foot in line with your hip, or you can step to the center and then reach that right leg back and up, looking towards the left toes. Straighten the arms, level the shoulders, sending the energy up and away from you. Knuckles pressing down, up onto the toes. Squeeze the knee into your chest, look forward, step forward between the hands, or just step where you can, grabbing that, holding the ankle and bringing it forwards. Dropping your back heel down, back toes out to the sides. Keep your hips nice and low, reaching the arms up. Draw the belly in and up, try to get your hips facing forwards, not out to the side. Deep breaths. Challenging yourself, try to get your thigh parallel to the mat. Exhale, hands down. Step back to your plank with the knees up or down. Chaturanga, shifting forwards. Elbows in all the way down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, roll the spine up to cobra. Exhale, rolling the spine down, tucking the toes, lifting your hips down, dog. Left leg back and up. Three-legged dog. Straighten out the arms. Full body stretch up onto the right toe. Squeeze the knee in. Look forwards, pushing away from the mat. Step forwards. Drop your back heel, right toes out to the sides. Square the hips if you need to. You can even heel toe the front foot to the side to give your hips more space to face forwards. Breathe. Belly in and up. Proud chest. Challenge yourself. Sink a little lower. Be aware what's happening with the back toes. You want them to be facing forwards, out to the side. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank. On your knees or with the knees lifted, chaturanga all the way down, elbows in. Inhale, cobra, tops of the feet pressing down. Roll the spine up, keep the elbows bent. Exhale, lower the chest. Tuck the toes, lift the hips down, dog. Working those heels down, take 5 deep breaths. Through the mouth or through the nose. Up onto your toes, bend the knees, look forwards, just walking to the front. Moving your forehead closer to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long neck. Exhale, forward fold. Try to bring the forehead even closer. Inhale, chair pose. Drop your hips, bend the knees, arms up. Exhale, palms together into your chest as you straighten the legs, cleansing breath. That's 1 cycle. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale to chair pose. Drop the hips, bend the knees, palms facing each other, arms back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands down, forehead to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, ground the hands. Walk or hop or float back to your plank pose. Chaturanga, shifting forwards over the fingers. Elbows in, chest, hips down. Untuck the toes, tops of the feet down. Inhale, using your back muscles to lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, roll the spine down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips down, dog. Right leg back and up, 3-legged dog. Equal weight in the hands, level the shoulders. Up onto the left toes. Squeeze the knee into your chest, step the foot forwards. Drop your back heel down, left toes out to the sides. Inhale, arms up. Turn your hips to face forwards, facing your right leg. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank. Chaturanga on your knees if you need to. Lowering the chest down, hips down, and tuck the toes. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Leading with your hips, not the shoulders, back and up. Left leg back and up, three-legged dog. Breathe. Press the knuckles down, up onto your toes, squeeze the knee and step forwards. Drop the back heel down, toes up to the side, hips facing forwards to square them off, arms up. Drop the hips down. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Chaturanga on your knees or with the knees lifted all the way down. Inhale, cobra, tops of the feet down, pull the hands towards you. Exhale, lower the chest, tuck the toes, lift your hips. Deep breaths, 5 breaths here. Smile. Feel those kneecaps lifting as the thighs engage. Up onto your toes, bend the knees, look forward, walk or float to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, drop the hips, arms up. Exhale, palms together into the chest, straightening the legs, cleansing breath. One more time. Inhale, chair pose, arms up, hips down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands down, walk or float back to plank. Chaturanga, shoulders over the fingers, elbows over the wrists, chest and hips down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Right leg back and up, three-legged dog. Point the toes, sending the energy away from you. Up onto your left toe, squeeze the knee in, look forward, step the right foot forwards. Drop the back heel, left toes out to the side, square the hips, arms up. Make adjustments with the width of your feet if you need to. Drop the hips down. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Chaturanga, all the way down. Inhale, let's go into an up dog, straight arms. Shoulders over your wrists, tops of the feet down. If you can, try to lift the thighs up. It's okay if they don't lift up, gazing forward, shoulders back. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Left leg back and up, three-legged dog. Last time. Up onto the right toes, squeeze the knee in, look forward, step forwards, back heel down. Square the hips, arms up, sink down. Belly in and up. Shoulders level. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, tops of the feet down, straighten the arms. You can either lower the chest down first or you can tuck the toes, lift the hips, work the heels down, 5 deep breaths. Taking a cleansing breath if you need to, sigh it out. Looking between the legs or the navel as you draw your attention inwards. Up onto your toes, bend the knees, look forward, walk or float to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the legs, straighten the back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, palms together into your chest, straighten the legs, cleansing breath. Relaxing your arms down at your sides and just softening the space between your eyes. Take a few more deep breaths just to notice how you're feeling. And then meeting me in the center of the mat. Legs nice and wide, toes facing forwards. Engaging the thighs, lifting those kneecaps. Turning your right toes out to the side, back toes facing forwards. Turn your hips for a warrior one pose, so you're turning your hips to face that right leg. Again, adjust the distance if you need more space. Not everyone can get their hips level. If you need to step the back foot closer to the edge of the mat, that's totally fine. Just try to get your toes facing forwards. Drop the hips, arms up, level the shoulders. So squaring your shoulders and squaring your hips. Thigh parallel to the mat, knee over the ankle if you can. Again, challenge yourself. Breathe, belly in and up, gazing forwards. Warrior one. Reverse warrior. Lowering your left hand down to your back leg. Right arm reaching up and over the head. Lifting the chest. Gazing up towards the ceiling. Keep the hips sinking down. Breathe. Notice what the back toes are doing. Correct them if you need to. Trikonasana triangle pose. Straighten that right leg, slide the hand down. In the full pose, your front heel will be in line with the arch of the back foot. Again, make your own adjustments if you need more space so you don't fall over. And slide the hand down to the ankle, stack the shoulders. If you lose your balance, keep looking down. Then maybe progressing to look forwards. And then looking up if you can. Deep breaths. Pushing your hips forwards, shoulders back. If you look down at your right toes, you want your head to be in line with the foot. So you don't want the head here with your hips back. Pushing those hips forwards helps. And if your hand's not as low as mine and it's up here, it's totally fine. Breathe. And slowly micro bend in that front knee just to help yourself up. Toes facing forwards, hands lowering down. Place the hands down, wrists in line with your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. Make sure the toes are forwards, weight to the outer edges of your feet. On the exhale, bend your elbows straight back, not out to the side. Try to keep your elbows in a straight line with your wrists. As you move back, top of the head moves down. Breathe. So you're working those elbows down towards the mat. Make sure there's space between your hands so the chest is open. Deep breaths. Engage the thighs, lift the kneecaps, lift the glutes up. Just doing what you can, accepting where you are in the pose. Letting go of the need to compare. Letting go of the ego. Being kinder to yourself. Maybe lowering the head a little down, maybe not. Keep the shoulders up and away from the ears. And straightening the arms. Heel toe, the feet closer towards you. Toes out to the sides. Dropping your hips down for Malasana pose. Palms to the chest. If your elbows or triceps reach the inside of your knees, just pressing them open. Shoulders back. Gazing forwards. Lengthening the spine and the neck, so you want to try and keep your back straight. Your heels might be lifting, don't worry, it takes time to get the heels down. Softening the face. This is a great pose for reducing belly fat. You can do this every day. You'll really reap with benefits.
Also really helps with stress and anxiety and digestion. And just bringing yourself back to the breath. If you need to, you might be using your hands to support you, especially if the heels are lifted, it's more challenging. And just 3 more deep breaths, opening out those hips, fanning out the toes, equalizing the weight on all 4 corners of your feet. And then try to stand without using your hands, just try first before saying I can't do it. Straightening the legs, so give it a few tries. If you don't come right, then use your hands to help you get up. Walking your legs nice and wide, toes facing forwards. Turning your left toes out to the sides as we move over to the other side for warrior 1. So bending into that left knee, parallel to the mat. If you can, see how low you can go. Hips forward, back toes facing forward. So out to the side, really pulling the hips to face the leading leg, your front leg. Try to square off the hips, square off the shoulders, draw the belly in and up. Arms reaching up, sink those hips down. Move the back toes out. And breathe, palms facing each other, hands shoulder width apart. Reverse warrior, lower the right hand down to the back leg. Keep the back leg straight, front knee bent. Left arm reaching up and over as you lift the chest, lift the chin, gazing up with soft eyes. Breathe. Trikonasana triangle pose, straighten the front leg so both legs are straight. The feet stay the same, hips are open. Sliding your hand down to the ankle. So for this one, your hips aren't going to be facing that left leg. They're going to really be opening up to face me. And then reaching that right arm up to the ceiling, stacking the shoulders. Look down if you need to. Make sure that your head is in line with the foot, so push the hips forwards, shoulders back, deep breaths, right toes facing me. Just 3 more breaths, you've got this. And slowly coming up, arms out to the sides. Toes facing forwards. Even if they're slightly pigeon-toed, you just don't want them pointing out to the side. Deep breath in on your exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Slide the hands down to the ankles this time. Moving the top of the head down to the mat. Looking between the legs, shoulders back. Feel the knees lifting up as the thighs engage and the glutes lift up to the ceiling. Bringing yourself back to the breath, taking cleansing breaths whenever you need to. Placing the hands down, heel toe, the feet closer for Malasana pose. Drop those hips down, palms together into your chest, elbows pressing the knees open, straightening the back. Finding a softness in the pose. Just allowing the breath to flow as it moves back to its normal rhythm, which should be deep and slow. Feel an openness in your hips, a sense of release. And then letting go of the knees. Turn into your side slowly, sitting down. Keep the knees bent. Boat pose. Reach the arms forward. Knees together, feet together, toes pointing. Lift those ankles, using your core to support your back and your posture. Try to avoid rounding the shoulders, tucking the chin. Open the chest, lengthen the spine. And breathe. Knowing at any point you need to, you can rest your toes down. This is your practice, but try to challenge yourself. Holding here or straighten the legs, looking towards the toes. Breathe. Firing up the core, the self-esteem area of the body. Bend the knees. Breathe. And straighten the legs, hovering the feet just above the ground. Keep the shoulders up. If you can't do this, it's okay if you hold your boat pose with the knees bent. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Cleansing breath. And just letting the feet fall to the sides, relaxing the shoulders. And then bending your knees for a nice spinal twist. Place the right leg over the left and just guiding the knees across to the right. If you'd like to, you can even hook the right toes underneath the left ankle. Just adjust yourself on your side so it's more comfortable for you. And then looking in the opposite direction. If this isn't possible, it's okay to just have your knees bending out to the side. Relax the shoulders, soften the face. Feel a gentle twist in your spine. If at any point there's pain, back out of the pose, please. Listen to the body, connect with it. Work with yourself, with your body, with your mind, and with your breath. Unraveling the legs as you roll into your back. Either letting the knees just windscreen wipe over to the other side or crossing the left leg over the right. Maybe tucking the toes, maybe not. Just adjusting yourself on your side so it's more comfortable. Relaxing the shoulders down, hands to your sides, palms down. And looking in the opposite direction to the knees. And unraveling the legs, squeezing the knees into your chest. Shoulders moving down. Lengthening the back of your neck. Just that slight tuck in the chin, but still space between your chest and your chin. Forehead to the knees. And on your exhale, releasing for Shavasana, just straightening out the legs, relaxing the arms, palms facing up to receive the full benefits of the practice, and just making those adjustments to feel comfortable and relaxed. Closing the eyes, taking that cleansing breath as you settle yourself in. And just letting go. Letting go of the need to control. Taking a moment to be proud of yourself that you've carved this time out for yourself. Knowing that you're doing the best that you can right now in this moment. And that you are enough.
and that you're working towards being the best version of yourself, not someone else's version of you. Let that go. Let go of the need for validation from external places and people. Look for that internal validation and you'll find peace and bliss. During this practice, because it makes you feel good. And one of the benefits is losing weight. If that's your end goal. But normally the goal changes as you move through your journey. Work towards being fit and healthy and strong and loving yourself. Not meeting anyone else's expectations of you. And you can stay here for as long as you like. Or you can gently move the fingers and the toes. Placing your hands on your belly and gently blinking the eyes open as you focus your gaze. Cleansing breath. Hugging the knees into your chest. And taking your time to roll on your side as you meet me in seated. Well done, and thank you for allowing me to guide you in this practice today. Namaste.